up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. Do you understand? Are you sure, or would you?
He's just a little bit embarrassed of the situation, Judge, of being here for the first time.
Do you prefer a translator or?
Well, I understand what you just telling me, yes.
Okay. We are going to do probable cause. We need to know what happened in the case. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. Okay. Ready?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. On April 27, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer observed a vehicle going 74 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour zone via radar. He observed the vehicle stop beyond the designated stopping point at a red light and make a wide right turn. The law enforcement officer initiated a traffic stop and observed the defendant to be the sole occupant of the vehicle. The law enforcement officer observed watery, bloodshot eyes, slurred speech, and a strong odor of alcoholic beverage. The defendant swayed while standing in place. The defendant's family showed up and stated they drove him home because he was drunk, and they found out he left again, so they went to the location of the stop. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. A 6 out of 6 was reported on the HGN, a 3 out of 8 on the walk and turn, a 3 out of 4 on the one-leg stand. The defendant refused consent to provide a specimen, and a blood warrant was obtained and executed.
Any DWIs? Does he have a license?
He does have a license, Your Honor.
Okay. No prior DWIs, Your Honor. I'm running his license, although.
Mr. Galvan, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. Hay suficiente causa para continuar con tu causa, ¿ok? No puedes tomar alcohol, illegal drogas, y te voy a hacer examen. Si tomas o si usas, te pongo en la cárcel. ¿Me entiendes? Tú tienes un abogado, no tienes que venir a la corte hasta que él te dice. Pero si él me dice que no puede contactar y tienes problemas, voy a revocar la fianza. ¿Me entiendes? Tú no puedes manejar si no tienes una licencia y también aseguranza en tu nombre. All right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. So for now, we will have you sign a reset. Vas a ir con Roxanne de Pretrial Services y ya te puedes ir.
Y no se tiene que presentar para próximas cortes.
Muchas gracias.
All right, Judge, next is Gail Marie Castillo. Come on up.
Sorry, that's
First, and then he'll sit down and
Castillo,
Did you say Castillo?
Yes, Judge, case 3.
Jose Castillo, come up. Do you have an arraignment, counsel? Do you have an arraignment? No. Okay, I see. I'll hit you up next. Okay. All right, you are Joe Castillo. Jose Castillo. Jose Castillo, you're charged with reckless driving. You're facing up to 30 days in jail and or a $500 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 23rd, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer observed a vehicle going 77 miles per hour in a 35 mile per hour zone via radar detection and weave in and out of lanes around 4 vehicles, nearly causing a crash. The law enforcement officer briefly lost sight of the vehicle, but found the vehicle parked sideways in a driveway close by. The defendant was still inside the vehicle and admitted to being the driver, but stated he was only going 60 miles per hour.
Okay. Mr. Castillo, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. You run his license, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
You are not allowed to drive unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name. Do you understand? That is a condition of your bond. I'm now also ordering you not to drive in a reckless manner, not to participate in any street takeovers, racing, anything of this nature. And if I find you do, I will put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand?
It's other way, Your Honor.
How old are you, sir? 18. What do you do for a living?
we're doing it in a warehouse.
Okay. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer? You want a court-appointed lawyer?
Under request of attorney.
Okay. I need you to fill out an application for me. Deputy Miranda's going to give an application. I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset, and then I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box. Do not leave until you sign all our bond conditions. You understand? Come on. Do you mind filing those conditions, please?
Yes, Your Honor. That'd be no reckless driving and no driving.
Same
without a
as-
valid license.
And then, no racing, street takeovers, donuts.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Judge, next is page 27, royalty.
Hold on a second. I have, ready?
I found them, yes.
Is it an arraignment?
It's an arraignment.
Last name?
Gallegos.
Page 7.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't even have that
Amber.
checked in.
There's also a co-defendant in this case.
Really?
Oh,
It's a DWI.
no. Sorry,
Oh,
you're right.
okay.
Okay, I thought come up.
Oh, that's not mine. I'm over here.
So, who's yours?
He's mine.
All right, do me a favor, have a seat for me right now, we'll call you right back.
this was.
All right, stand.
You are on bond for DWI and you've now picked up a new DWI. Sir. You were charged again. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 24th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, law enforcement officers were dispatched to a crash. The law enforcement officers spoke with a complaining witness who stated he had gone to the bathroom and heard the defendant crash into the bus. The complaining witness was the bus driver. The complaining witness estimated the damages to be $1,000. Another witness saw the defendant strike the bus, get stuck between the bus and another vehicle, and then exit the driver's side door and try to push the vehicle out. The witness stated after another individual told the defendant they were calling the police, the defendant fled. Another law enforcement officer was alerted to the incident and found the defendant, who matched the description given. A witness was able to identify the defendant as the individual driving the vehicle that struck the bus. Another law enforcement officer made contact with the defendant, who stated he was coming from an Astros game where he drank. The law enforcement officer observed a moderate odor of alcoholic beverage, glossy eyes, and profuse sweat from the defendant. The defendant refused to cooperate on standard field sobriety tests. The defendant refused to provide a specimen. A blood warrant was obtained and executed.
Mr. Gallegos, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I am now taking away your privilege to drive. You are not allowed to drive at all. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
On one ankle, I'm going to put a scram monitor so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. On your other ankle, you will get a GPS monitor and I'm giving you a curfew because I don't want you out in the middle of the night. And if I find that you're out, I will revoke your bond and make it extremely high. He's on bond for this DWI. I'm revoking his bond. You're going to jail today.
Right now?
Right now.
Okay, as far as the monitors, can we waive
So-
the fees?
Absolutely, of course.
Can you get my stuff to my mom?
Yes.
So these are conditions. We'll have him sign now. The GPS monitor prior to release.
Are you setting the bond?
Of course. Mr. Gallegos, I want you to understand something. This is an affidavit that you're going to sign to me, that you're going to promise to me you're not going to drive. I don't give a rat's behind what your excuse is. If Jesus comes from heaven and needed to ride to church, you drive. I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand? I am now also sending notice to DPS that I'm placing a restriction on, you're not allowed to drive, but I'm placing an additional restriction on your license that you are not allowed to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an ignition interlock on it. This notice is sent to DPS so that every single officer in the state knows that if you are in a vehicle driving, they pull you over, you don't have an interlock, they will take you to jail. Do you understand? As it stands, you are not allowed to drive for any reason. Okay, we'll have him sign this. We'll put him in back. I'll set the bond and then,
Take my
Cards,
Yeah, and-
look, you know, to start moving around, we'll handle this one. I think you can-
All right, Judge.
get whatever date you want on the new cases. When he posts bond on the, old case, feel free to get in touch with me and then you can put the date
Just
for
one
whatever.
together.
Yeah,
What are
He-
you setting the bond at? I'll tell it.
5,001.
5,001.
Yeah.
Both cases or just the?
He just, no. The two new ones, I'm not gonna touch. I'm gonna leave it as is. He's made a bond, so we're only gonna do the old DWI, 5,001. Actually, we're gonna need, he signed conditions now, so when he gets out, he'll
We'll
have,
have that.
yeah,
Okay.
because we'll give him a copy of the conditions now.
Okay,
So they just feel free to let her, whatever date you get,
okay.
after he
And then
gets out,
it's
just
out.
get, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Judge, next is page 20. Mendoza, come on up.
Hi.
Tuesday, the 6th.
Mhm.
Okay.
What was the last name again?
Mendoza?
You're Alexa Mendoza. Ms. Mendoza, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 23rd, 2025, law enforcement officers were dispatched to a traffic collision in Harris County, Texas. The officer observed the defendant's motor vehicle on the fixed rail tracks impaled to the LRV. The law enforcement officer opened the door to check on the defendant, the sole occupant of the vehicle, and observed the defendant to be impaired. The law enforcement officer observed glossy eyes and slurred speech, and the defendant stated she left a bar where she had 8 to 10 drinks of tequila and was on the way to a concert. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. A 6 out of 6 was reported on the HGN. The law enforcement officer notes that the defendant threw up during the HGN. The walk and turn was a 4 out of 8, and the one leg stand was a 3 out of 4. The defendant was ID'd by her Texas driver's license, and the defendant consented to a breath test yielding a .137 and a .123.
Any prior DWIs?
No, Your Honor.
License?
Check that.
Ms. Mendoza, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. You will be randomly tested. If you test positive, your bond will be revoked, so will go into custody. You understand?
Yes.
You are not allowed to drive unless you have a Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name. As long as you have those, you may continue to drive. Just don't use. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
It is awful, Your Honor.
Great. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but you must stay in touch with them and they'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. For now, we'll have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. You'll get with Roxanne for your bond conditions and then you're free to go.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Judge, page 27. Loyalty, come on up. All right.
Good morning, Mr. Royalty.
Yes, sir.
Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 24th, 2025, a law enforcement officer was dispatched to a Shell gas station in Harris County, Texas. Upon arrival, the officer observed the motor vehicle to have crash damaged and to be disabled and inoperable. The law enforcement officer observed the defendant sitting in the driver's seat. The law enforcement officer observed constricted pupils, slow speech, and unsteady balance. The defendant stated that he was driving his vehicle before the accident and that he does not know what he wrecked into. The defendant stated he did not know where he was coming from before the crash. The defendant stated he consumed one alcoholic beverage. He also stated that he inhaled nitrous oxide approximately 20 minutes before the crash. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. A 0 out of 6 was reported on the HGN, a 3 out of 8 on the walk and turn, a 2 out of 4 on the one-leg stand. The law enforcement officer observed an empty bottle of vodka on the driver's side floorboard, an empty vodka bottle inside the center console, and a half-empty beer in the back seat. The law enforcement officer observed 3.3 liters of space gas containers of nitrous oxide and 14 1-liter nitrous oxide containers. The defendant is a registered owner of the motor vehicle. The defendant agreed to a breath test strip. However, the law enforcement officer notes that there was an interferent error and the breath test was unable to be collected. The law enforcement officer called for a drug recognition expert who completed an evaluation. The drug recognition expert stated the defendant is under the influence of cannabis and is unable to operate a motor vehicle safely. The defendant consented to a blood test and a sample was collected.
Okay. Mr. Royalty, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication, and that includes nitrous oxide, whippets, anything of this nature. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you use, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail, no more PR bonds. Any priority to PIs?
No priority to
License?
eligible.
Okay, you may continue to drive as long as you have a license and liability insurance in your name. If you don't have either, then you're not allowed to drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I can have you fill out an application. We'll take a look to see whether you qualify. I need to know everything about you, how much money you have at the bank, what you do for a living, what kind of car you drive, how much money you have coming in, and I'll take a look to see whether you qualify. Deputy Miranda is going to give you the application. I'll have you sign a reset with Victoria, and then we'll have you take a seat in the jury box, sir. Sir, please.
Judge, that's it for now.
Okay. Mark Metz.
All right, bye.
What's the deal, Pickle?
We are here on Vanessa Torres. It's number the VA.
Torres is the last name? Okay.
We're waiting on some medical reports from the hospital, but that's not gonna, I don't think, make or break the case. He said that he just made an offer.
Are you happy?
The reset.
Are you happy with the offer?
I haven't even seen the offer. He just.
I put it in
told me.
yesterday. It was a deferred, a classic, the T-Raz deferred.
So I just want some time to talk to him, and.
You're at 190 days old though, so it's time to make a decision. I'll give you a couple weeks, but
Yeah, that's.
your client's got to be here within the next 2 weeks to decide what we need to do. Okay? Okay, thanks, Mark, man. Hi, Sarah, you ready?
Good morning.
Hi.
I'm here for Mr. Torres.
Have another.
So I think there was confusion. No, I approached yesterday to move his DVR to today, and I never talked to Vic about it, and that's my mistake. So it's off docket. So I have the cause number if you'd like. 2509942. I also talked to the state because we were set for today anyway about the DWI PTI application mitigation packet, and we've not heard back yet. So
Where is he?
right there.
Come up, Mr. Torres.
He's in the live stream out for his approach.
I'm just sending him for a drug test. I'm
Oh,
sending you for a drug test. The next time you fail the test, you will go to jail. Do you understand me? Okay, take a seat for me. Okay, we'll let you know the results.
okay. So we just sit on the, wait for the
He needs
reset.
to come back. And
Yeah.
I need your. Hold on, I might just. Hey, Sarah, can you leave me your cell phone and then I can text you that way you don't have to.
I'm happy to stay. That's okay.
No. Because you can always zoom in, you know?
Okay.
It's silly for you to wait.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. And then I'll let you know when you're back. Okay, counsel, come on. Yes, sir.
Richard Watt here for Ramon Jesus Delgado, Sears. RES.
I see it. Okay. Where are we?
I believe lady is looking for a reset. They need to talk to a witness.
It's 190 days old. I mean, Cole, where are we at?
Judge, I've been trying to get in contact with the material witness that was very adamant on seeing with ID, yet to be successful in getting in contact with her.
Okay, I'll give you one final week. That's it. It's 190 days old now. If you don't have it in a week, then move forward without the witness. Okay, got it. Okay, take care. Mr. Simmons.
Judge, I have a plea on Josue Bueno.
Okay, you mind bringing him up?
Now, before we start.
Okay. Morning, Mr. Bueno. Morning. You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 2 days that you've done. You need to understand that this charge is going on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. Next time you get pulled over, if you have any kind of funky smell, it's probably not going to go well for you because the first thing officers do, they look at your record. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine the accusers. If you're not a citizen, the possible immigration consequence, you can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, you can never change it. So you didn't want to do PTI.
Judge, we discussed it and he couldn't get the character letters together and
It's a damn shame, Mr. Bueno, because I want to tell you, you had the ability to get this thing dismissed. Now you're pleading guilty to this. One day you're going to look back and say, why didn't I take the time to get it done? This will affect you for the rest of your life.
It's possible.
I'm not, no, you're now at 200 days. You've done nothing. No, you've had plenty of time to get it done, not on the day of when you're set to plea. The other thing is this, Mr. Bueno, I'm going to tell you that if you come back here with another DWI, it is a minimum of 30 days in jail for anything that you pick up. Not only that, if you continue to endanger the community, a second DWI, it's a $6,000 surcharge. So get ready. If you want to get lit, find another way. Uber, Lyft, whatever it may be. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. I will send it to you to the agreement. I'm going to suspend your license for 90 days, sir. Do not drive until you get a license. Good luck.
would you be willing to waive the DPS fine?
Yeah.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Kim.
Judge,
Hey.
very, very quick. Stacy's on Zoom.
Hi, Stacy.
Good morning, Judge.
You can just ahead of time. It's a pre-signed waiver, Judge. She already has a copy. I sent her by email.
Got it. Okay.
It's only because he was
Here now.
he's in the holdover. Yes, Judge.
Have you explained this to him?
So I explained it last time, Your Honor. I tried calling the holdover today because we were under the understanding that he had signed a waiver aside from that one. But if he can step out so he can understand what's going, because I know last time he was.
Please. Do you know the name? Okay.
Galvan? Was there a PTI offer? Correct.
Morning, Mr. Groves.
Morning.
I'm bringing you out just to give you an update of what's going on with your case. You were wanted out of the state of Ohio for a probation violation for I'm assuming that's weapons under disability.
Yes, I'm not familiar with the charge. I don't know what the Texas equivalent is.
The thing is this, Mr. Groves, is that when you sign for probation, no matter where you are, you need to read the fine print. Many times when you sign, you waive extradition by virtue of signing the agreement by saying, hey, if I ever take off, I will refuse to fight extradition. And that's what's happening now. So even if I wanted to give you a bond so you could go turn yourself into Ohio, I can't because you have already waived by virtue of signing for the probation. You understand? So that means that we give the demanding jurisdiction, which is Ohio here, 30 days to come get you. Okay? Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you, Your Honor. May be excused.
Thanks, Ms. Morgan. Hi.
I'm here for Francisco Hernandez.
Okay.
He's here for a bond violation.
Okay, come up, Mr. Hernandez. It's Hernandez or
Mr.
Roxanne, what were the rules?
Presumptive positive for THC.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay. I'm giving you a pass for 50 days from the time that we ordered you not to use. Don't use. Do you understand? So we ordered him not to use when? He's still testing positive. We ordered him not to use in January.
Well, he tested positive on April 7th, Judge, or not, on April 14th, rather.
Okay, but he's still testing positive. He's still using when we ordered him not to use.
Yes, Judge, but I understand that THC can take up to 30 days to work out of urine. So there's no evidence that he's been using beyond the.
I ordered him not. Let me see. Hold on. I ordered him not to use in January. We are now.
Yes, Judge, but you've already addressed his drug use that resulted in the positive result on the April 14th drug test. You addressed that by chastising him at court and issuing several additional bond conditions. There's been no evidence that there's been any additional drug use for the court to address.
If I tested him in early January, then I'm going to have an issue. But if it's the first time I tested him was in April, then I'm going to give him the 50 days from the first time that we tested. But if I tested him early on and he tested positive and I admonished him not to use and he's still testing positive, I'm going to have an issue.
Okay.
I don't remember when the first time we tested him, so I'm going to ask her. Roxanne, on Mr. Hernandez, when was the first time we tested him, please?
When he first tested positive for THC?
Yeah, when did we first test him?
Oh, it was March 11th of this year.
Okay. So March 11th was the first test and that was positive for,
Negative.
that was negative.
Yes, it was negative. And then on April 7th is when he was a no-show. And on April 14th, it was confirmed by lab that he was positive.
No, you're using. I'm sorry. I'm revoking your bond. You're going into custody.
I could just ask the court to, so Mr. Hernandez's mother is out in the hallway. I'm certain that she's going to pay whatever the bond is. This revoking the bond here will only have the effect of punishing his mother, who will have to pay the bond. And I'd also just ask the judge, you to consider that I understand that there may be evidence that he's used since he was ordered to not use. I understand that. But there's no evidence that he's using now or that he has used in the more than 2 weeks since the prior drug test.
We just tested him yesterday. He tested positive. He tested positive a week ago. I've ordered him not to use. I mean, if I don't, then I'm rewarding him for his behavior, Mr. Schlossberg. That doesn't make any sense. You know, I understand that it's punishing mom. These are the things that you need to consider when you're out there. I told you not to use, and you're now using. Goes with you. I'm sorry, Mr. Schlossberg. I can't just continue to let people go.
Judge, the drug test yesterday, it came back positive for THC because it was within 14 days of the previous drug test on the 14th.
He tested negative the first time we tested him, and now he tested positive for using marijuana. That's it. There's no, I mean, really. If I don't, I'm enabling the behavior, and that's it.
Yes, sir. Maybe excuse,
Please.
Judge, we have an arraignment that showed up a little late. Are you ready?
5001. Yeah, let's do it.
Page 15, come on up.
Good morning, Ms. Hines.
Good morning.
Ma'am, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sorry, I'm having trouble loading it. Okay, here we go. On April 23rd, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, law enforcement officers were dispatched to a suicide. Upon arrival, law enforcement officers found the defendant in the driver's seat of a U-Haul truck, slumped over the steering wheel. The law enforcement officer observed bloodshot eyes, slurred speech, and unbalance from the defendant. The passenger, the co-defendant, was detained and a crack pipe fell out of the co-defendant's pocket. The law enforcement officers found foil with narcotics residue on the passenger seat of the vehicle. The defendant admitted to taking Xanax that morning, and standard field sobriety tests were conducted. A 6 out of 6 was recorded on the HGN, a 2 out of 8 on the walk and turn, a 0 out of 4 on the one-leg stand. The defendant consented to a blood test. A wheel witness stated they saw the U-Haul in motion, pull into the driveway of a house across the street, and then walked over to the U-Haul and saw the defendant in the driver's seat.
You said that you said they did field sobriety tests? They take them to the station? What?
Yes, Your Honor. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. 6 out of 6 on the HGN, 2 out of 8 on the walk and turn, and a 0 out of 4 on the one-legged stand.
Blood test, breath test?
It was a blood, consensual blood test.
Any prior DWIs?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Hines, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I don't know if you have a problem with drugs or alcohol. Now is the time for you to address it, because I'm telling you, if it becomes a problem while you're on bond, I'm going to address it for you. And I promise you're not going to like the way that I do it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm ordering you not to use alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to test you, and I'm going to test you probably within a week. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do not use. If you have a problem, now is the time for you to do whatever you need to do to address it. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, ma'am?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I need you to fill out an application for me, and I'll take a look to see whether you qualify. I will have you go, oh, you said she has a valid license?
It is eligible.
Okay, you're also not allowed to drive unless you have valid liability insurance in your name, and that is also a condition of your bond. Do you understand, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
So
I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. Deputy Miranda is going to give you an application. I need you to fill it out for me. When you're done, you can bring it back this one. We'll take a look. Please. Roxanne, testing in a week, please. Mr. Alford, I saw your gentleman.
Yeah, I realized this morning I didn't CC everybody. I just sent you. It's Roger Byrne for the clerk as well. It's
2533384.
Did you get one done?
No, I just got the email yesterday. He's the old guy in Sarasota.
I remember.
Can I have him do that and send it to you, from Florida?
ASAP.
You got it.
Like, Quest Diagnostic though, so we know it's legitimate.
West Diabetes.
Right.
Do that and for the
So
Monday
just,
setting, you want me to push that back a little bit? If he fails, bring him in for bond forfeiture, or what would you like?
right, so have him get it done today,
Yes.
then just bring us the result as soon as you can.
Okay.
And we'll go from there. Hopefully it's negative and then we'll just continue supervision. If it's dirty, then I don't know what we'll do. We'll have to bring him here. So,
This is, I'm gonna work with you and listen to you guys.
yeah, I got it.
Done while he's over there, and then if we need
I
to.
understand.
Okay, so this bond forfeiture setting on Monday, can I move that a few days?
I'm okay with that.
Thank you. Back.
Just let Victoria know.
Great.
But it has to be this week though, and I wanted to test today.
Okay, as soon as I get in touch with him, I'll say go to Quest.
Yes.
Thank you. I'll touch base with you on the Saul.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Sloan.
I guess, Judge, if the court would allow it, Mr. Hernandez's mother is in the hallway and we'd like to address the court on his behalf.
I'm happy to do it.
Yes, sir.
If you want to bring her up, I'm happy to do it.
8-4.
He's on for Friday.
What's
Yes.
Come back.
So then you can get that, you guys think that they have to be. Yeah. That'll be on next year. Monthly impact. So go ahead and. If the board.
Let me give her my little.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Could we just do a void fading of the viral moment here?
What again?
Just to avoid fading a viral moment here, would it be okay to turn the lights from
Mendoza. I'm not gonna do.
Should I go? I go to court 10. It's not that late.
I just said this is last piece to be a resumption of the line. Okay, I have everything. Let's have the first step and then we can go to yes.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Please.
Your Honor, I'm here on a plea this morning for Jose Chaconi.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you mind bringing them up? Good morning, Mr. Traconis. You speak English, right?
Yes.
Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 2 days that you've done. You need to understand that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. The next time you get pulled over, you smell like alcohol or dope. An officer's going to see this DWI. It's probably not going to go well for you. So don't give him the ammunition. Don't get into a car, even if you've had a sip. Do you understand?
I understand.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization, you give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, there's no change in this. Is this what you want to do?
Yes.
How do you plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Mr. Traconis, I want you to understand that from now on, what we're doing today, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail from now on if you ever pick up another DWI, not to mention a $6,000 surcharge that tax on you. And if you don't pay it every day or every $100 you owe, you sit 1 day in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to suspend your license for 90 days. do not drive until you get a license. Good luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, just if I may mention, I just wanted to notify the court that we will be applying for
Occupational? Okay. Sure. Okay, I understand that you're gonna have to, when you apply for an occupational license, you will have to do treatment. So, what we normally do is we have you do a TRAS, and then whatever the TRAS says is what you end up doing, and you have to get an interlock. So I don't know whether probation is something that you want, where I don't suspend your license, or whether you just want to do this, because you're gonna undergo basically probation-esque terms regardless, if we give you an occupation. So, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, good luck.
Judge, what do you want to do with the
What does he do for a living? What do you do for a living?
Look, I'm dating voice technician.
What kind of money do you make a month?
Right now, I'm not looking at it, but I want to say, no, I don't need to check my chest friends. But
So are you working or you're not working?
right now, I was working in production. Not at this moment, but we just finished the project. That's
Okay.
Yeah.
So what, your project, and when's the next project start?
Hopefully by the May 6th.
Okay, and then how much money do you make a month when those projects start
I
back
would
up?
say about 1,000 a month. No,
Okay.
wait, not 1,000 a month, 1,000 a week, my bad, no, I'm sorry. Back in the math.
You win. Yeah. Right.
Court process will finish.
Yeah.
Mr. Felton, let's go ahead and get down to the first one. We can sworn and then we court process. Okay.
Okay.
That's the first one. Try to contact out this area. Just make sure you go there before you go to the others.
Okay.
Have a great week. Get on.
You require anything else?
Yeah, I want to. Can I take the tree out?
How you feel about playing around a good time? I'm not here.
I'm going to set up for you.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, that's what I was here this week.
And you need to start more arguments.
So, last week, I had some other, but I believe the conversation basically the.
Wake up. Go on, Peter. As many about, I think we want how and then infection first. Yeah. Yes. Yes, thank you. Have a good one. Thank you.
Really? Well, it wouldn't go, it would only be, to the. Yeah, I think they only look at metal for on our side, yeah, that. That'd be. Sure. Look at it. That's what I. Let me show the truth now to see if they even made it out there. Do you want me to call back or email? What's the issue?
Came in off, that's it.
Okay. Very special. Okay, thanks now.
I have some photos and stuff that I can do, like,
I'll see you.
I know, right?
Teachers are certified.
Yeah.
He's going back. Which is.
Okay, good.
I should still be.
I don't see no issue at all.
See the experience.
Did you get your videos?
Yeah, but no, it's just from the.
Wait, the figure. Do you have anybody? Oh, yes. Whoever you have. Yeah, he said sponsored. Okay. Oh, it's last name? Oh.
That's so weird, I did you know.
Everything is not that hard. Call person. What called you talking about? Oh, Paul, I just read it wrong, sorry. Okay, you said. Okay.
No. We had. We have fine this to be. We don't have to do anything.
Ron?
That's the deal.
You gave the sign.
We're not. Okay. Well. To provide the current information for static. So.
Thank you.
Sorry, I forgot your process. I thought something about that this morning. There's no learning to give out that. You know the problem? We went to the drug test this morning and we passed. Yes. And so you can offer people, I have to take a decision making class, not admitting and a decision. They didn't learn this. And then I was no, that's it.
We'll bring you a cake, don't worry.
No, you can't. There's a jurisdiction. I can do the 25th. I'm not set that in. It's for like, oh, it's not actually. I have to tell all my clients, respect this. Yeah. But it shouldn't be suicidal. Thank you, serious. All right. Mr. Hall? I mean, for right now.
Just on anything.
I'm gonna generate your. Order of your case for saying that you're going to finish the. Just to make tomorrow.
Okay.
But she's ready, you'll sign right here and she will be. Sets. I know it has to be set that way. All right, go ahead, sign please. I'll say that's your two pieces. I mean, for the field, we send out a issue, someone might crazy and I'll be recording. There you go. Did you just close me? I was trying to look back to. Yeah, so far, yeah, it's just. All right, did you get the videos? Yeah. It's 250 possible 9914. Roaches or from the status of informal film. So then they all right, so you're at 176 days of income for 2 weeks of the value. Fascinating.
No, you need to get your research. And then you're gonna speak to your parents. You said, hold on a second.
Not to go place. Yeah, yes, I was going to repeat it. I thought that would be maybe. Sure. We avoided that, wouldn't it? No, this case, that's really nice. No, I think I'm going to. Just Bill. I want to be full. I don't know. 14 hours. Yeah. After you can see a load out every place.
Okay, and nobody's done it, so I stopped looking for this.
Yes, yes.
Okay, are you there? Yeah, you need to just go back there.
What are you doing? Sorry, sir. Fine. This is Mr. Jesse Eskimos. Speak like that. Oh, okay.
Yes, I believe that is the case.
Oh, it's in here. Yes, it's not. So you can just figure out.
Oh, she was supposed to.
I got 2, 5, 6, 6, 1.
Hello, this is
Jesse Espinosa.
Looks like there was a error and we'll rectify it out. So I just turned it out. You want me to run for the sergeants and you can really. And then.
You might.
And y'all want to transfer.
I find it.
I'll do it right now. Sorry about that. All right.
Yes, it's like, I don't know where. You know, the seventh floor?
Well,
What's on the same floor? What's going on with the seventh floor?
okay. All right, that's.
Yes. Okay, I have. Thank you. Is that okay? Yes. See. Counsel,
Yes, ma'am.
who do you have? This is
Just Mendoza.
All right. You guys have the rest of the
We just got the contract. And we're gonna send out the restitution of money. Do you have my last two?
This one is 240.
No, there's Reggie Bushnell and, oh, and Mabel has been, it's the only one, and Michael Bushnell. It's my last.
I do have the restitution. It's,
No.
yeah, and she should have sent to you now.
Okay, I'll let him know. Thank you.
For the time served or how the time.
Yeah, I'm trying to like.
They-
Just get this.
John. Yeah. I just, I know, they used to go up and I feel. Yeah. See, at the time I know about Monday. Very loud. I'm stuck with the cheese here. I'm stuck with I tried to. And it was like, and it was how you are part of it. When people have, like, it's how you get them stuff. So we answered.
Just like keep out the first day.
Yeah, the day that they first.
No, but it's like, it's like, before you're general, and sometimes they dig down.
Oh.
They. Ask them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll put that up.
First.
You know, in one of those special slots. I was like, right. Always, I don't pay for this. I'll double check if. Everything. I'm gonna read that much to
Actually, no, this is today. That's a 6, right?
Yeah. But, so everyone's playing through that one.
24, so I was, yeah.
Okay, let's not take it back down. People. You're saying that it's gonna be up to them. Okay. I'm stuck with this. I got a lot of. Yeah.
Oh.
It's my first year under.
Yeah, I don't get his hold right now. Scott from Florida.
And they're $50.
Yeah.
So let's see, I'm doing that. That's $250 tickets.
What was this?
Oh, that's fine.
Assault.
Keeping up with.
No, it's still open.
Yeah, the park here still shows that. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. So I can check into tomorrow, but I really.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I can't until he's released, so however the jail exception credits, right, it's exception credits, you can't do it until he's, the sheriff's office lives. Yeah, and then, I mean, certainly by then, it's time will run, and then I'll just put back, I'll run it reset, and then just see something there. Because at that point, the sheriff's office will automatically send the notes anyway, so just for those, I don't have to do all the time. Well, I mean, what, you just run it in JWeb and then it shows what the yard is, I'll check it, because that's the actual, so on our side, so.
No.
I only do it from the DA portal, so I don't. Well, like it goes into our internal, like we have an internal black that goes, so.
You don't tell your secrets.
The internet is not internet.
And then flag, it's just sort of check.
Oh, that's good.
Your last guy, do you guys help with it or do you guys?
Oh, yeah, if something got.
I'm not waiting.
Now got a.
I guess next time, I don't know, whenever it shows up.
Oh, so that. Oh, she is? Okay.
Oh.
So you're. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just curious. I'm done.
Yeah. So what's the little feedback as an idiot? She applied for the,
And so, I know as much as you do. Like a lot of people know this case where before are that.
Yeah.
I see that. Yeah, I fixed it more and it's.
I know that. Maybe it was after. I mean, or maybe she just didn't tell. I don't know.
Should.
Yeah, she should get it.
I'm assuming that's. Do they also take this back? Okay.
You too. Very competent.
Yeah, no, I'll follow up with them.
Yeah, I know, that happens.
You're fine, yes. Yes. It should.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I didn't work with there. Maybe still be close to happening. I'm pretty afraid.
No. I think I should, yeah.
Okay, great, we'll take that.
I'm sure this goes up.
Okay. Before,
I'm not
three,
saying that.
two, four.
Good job.
Later, and traffic,
It was just fucking.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
That's why I'm here, because I don't have it. The first thing he says is like, oh, so you have to work down.
That's true to say.
I'm already doing 4,000 other things. Actually, I went upstairs to get an out-of-state witness order signed in, I caught like right in the middle of state. So that was a nice little treat. I got to say. Yeah. So we get that opportunity.
You didn't email you?
Beg pardon?
You didn't email you?
No, that's, you don't. That's good for me. You really. Finding good. Yes, just a little, what's this week, I should say.
Wait, it's tomorrow, right, guys? I just have HIC holidays listed. So say, please. It's like she picked the highest.
I'm the first.
You know, stuff.
I know.
So, oh, weird.
Yeah, but this is. Yeah, we did something more. No, it's good.
I'm sorry.
You can.
Oh, you don't have to.
Okay, good to know. At least one of us tried.
Call from the Stevens, or a voicemail from Stevens. She says she's having problems with her pregnancy and she's in the hospital.
Need it.
Yeah, can we do it on Monday?
Okay, 5 months? Okay.
Not me, but that's what I did.
But yeah, I have to. Would you cool, okay, like, she takes on the slide. Because. Everyone says. Yeah. Do you put in the language?
Around first trial. Because I already technically brushed it, like, you know what it's. I'll get it. Let's get it when I get it. Oh. I think critical on one.
What's up, Lord? You know,
It's not gonna help.
Mr. Ashley, you think you put it on the weight list of the cookie. Remember, yeah, they just asked you like, trespass is interference and disuse the trespass. Okay, I believe. That's what they told us.
Let's see what they like.
Like it is discovery.
I don't know how to do anything.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thomas White. Thomas White.
You want to say
I'm all for going along, but I feel like that's like. For myself, I don't think. I don't Mr. White? All right, I'll get you to sign in just a second. All right, go ahead and sign, please sign. There you go, you're free to go. You're welcome.
You know, I
I forgot about the name. I forgot to like ask again.
get that old.
The back is terrible. I think that super cracked. I think that this was holding it together.
Yeah.
That makes sense, because you know, obviously the people that can go to the. Every dog's fun.
No.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's there.
That's the. We do not speak of those.
Oh. So on March 27th. No, this is the one I mentioned a long time ago. This was like, this was state. So I worked with them for a week. And I could remember. What's the happening from? July 1st. Is it district rules or like a split area? Yes, okay. And then, the next thing was on the justice laws. Right. So I don't know, so that he had some song. That were a long. I guess.
I know he's, I don't know if he finished his mine.
Yeah.
Parole day right now.
And it doesn't mean.
You get your reset and then you'll get your copies right.
No, I have questions. I'll give.
She'll let you know when you come back. Here's a copy of the script. She'll be back on third, so stay in contact with her. Another copy of
Wait, so that's the last time.
That's yours.
I did.
Okay.
Put the red out.
Put it on top of her laptop.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
In what's the station? That has to be pulled up.
Good morning.
If you want to find it, you can go to the form. Yeah, that's after the pull up.
Yes.
Where did you see that? Sure, that's true. I mean, if you want me to roll it over and get it.
Okay, how it is.
Right now, I think that's just what I do. Status, just what the status of it.
I know.
Okay, so you.
It's already good.
So you're 18. Okay, you're allowed. Let's just have it there. I'll take it. I'll roll it over. Okay, but it's not. When you get to. Well, there's only thing you're looking for is. No, but what I'm saying is, what you're looking for is underlying where they're originating his identity, because I can't get prints from here in the J. Look, I must have it's not.
Godfrey Bison. It's a reconciliation.
Slash info.
Anytime to do that, yes. We will just end it. File. Operation and.
I'll return that document.
Thank you.
No, I'm just saying it's ironic because you can't verify that I'd be here personally, so. I'll make sure.
Oh,
All right. You think you should- I'll get there.
I think.
I have. It's been a while since it's fly. All right. It was like, it was a so everything the guy. What they don't want to know. What day? This is Monday for once.
Last year's.
Well, it's probably not. Look, he's open the same. That last.
Is this all the? Yeah.
I'm just going so.
Yes. You're trying there.
No, not that. He's like, any of these ones?
Yeah.
She should.
Alrighty, figure. Oh, yeah.
This is a good doctor. Yes, it was. I think. Man, we were right there.
Okay, that should be it. Very legal, then she's talking to me. I'm all done.
She did a probation.
Yeah, I just started working on things, that's why I should probably try. The elevator.
She did. So she ain't gonna give me. Oh, man.
Did you need a copy of that?
Yeah, the order.
Yeah, pretty, yeah.
She was video, she was watching, and that's why she was absolutely. I was a story, I said that's a story.
Certified? No.
Yes, yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
One.
Okay.
Yeah. Even though, it's.
Right. She's had enough.
Inside. You're in like 5 places at once right now. But for the purpose of this conversation, I'm great. Let's go later. Going to. Check.
Okay. Was I the original?
Sorry, so you prepared and then you start.
That was very good. Great.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like that.
The rules and plans for me.
Oh, so that's the. What was it?
I don't know, I don't worry about my own medicine, like,
Alright, and then you discovered.
the food's been so good. I supported it, you know. I'm gonna eat it.
Yeah. You're gonna go back.
I don't want to have, I'm looking at that.
Oh, that's.
Yeah, I missed it yesterday, I didn't miss it today.
Fines. And then go ahead and do bond solutions on the ocean, they can do what you have to see the same thing. Oh, that's it. Comes out.
Was Laura at it? Yeah. One second.
I'm going to the ones comedy for tomorrow. Who's the ones with Mike Epps, Country Games, and JoJo Bird. I'm gonna do the ball.
Yeah.
They will be here 20 minutes, and so I'm excited.
I like my goes.
Me too. Yes. We must put it in Robin Brown.
It's like 1,200 days.
No, not that Robin Brown. That's a big No, not that Robin. No.
I sold your And then if you go to office number.
And he's a customer.
Yes, right. Yes.
Mendoza, Nicholas. Right this way.
You have an issue with the videos, you're coming out.
Oh, Mendoza. Okay, I'll get you to sign in just a minute. Stanley Circle. And then there's. Miss Lawrence, you choose 1,3,574. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and show you my texting to the right. So you guys, what happened? This number. Yes. All right. So Sean shows, every day. And it's a situation. Now, I'm gonna get you. Oh, okay. House. May 9th.
Each other, me and all.
The Monday. Okay, that was that. She could go back. Okay, I'm going to the powerful. Which lead it aside. Yeah.
Oh, but some basketball. Great question. No, 9 o'clock, man, it's game over. I can maybe make it to halftime. Did you watch it? And Judge, everybody. I just think Ron was saying, look, it's all. That's what you over there. It's a teasing me. Just see who is. And he said, okay, put him on. I just have to get out. It's all. That's it. That's it. That's it. So, I'm sorry. That's too bad. I don't know if they're ready to play. I'm one of the roulette. I actually saw the thing told yesterday after work. I'm going to Memorial. And 6. So I have yeah, yeah. So that's 3 over. 3 over. Yeah, 2 yeah. I'll take it. I went out there. I played with some young guys. They were like, Yeah. You got it too.
Like I was in hospital, like
He said, what do you expect? I'm sitting. I feel ready.
yes. Usually I'm just like. But I think like, probably like this. But whenever I'm reading on school, there's like, sometimes people say, well, basically, something they drop, and they'll be like, state, so like, I'm about to. So like, I'll transfer it forward, so like, I'm just. Like,
I have trouble with the earnings because. Right, I always elevate in the so they can be followed. So I don't know, maybe see if I don't need to extend. So I mean, I was young, dumb, like policy, and she was that's so I mean, but right up there, it's probably get over close. So, next day, I already. I know it's just fancy. You do. Call back to the term.
You don't have to. Water.
Water and sex is really two different things. It's yeah. They're all about that. So hard because you don't.
I feel like it's over. Oh, this.
Yeah, perfect. So in here. That's probably everything my brother wants. Yeah, open up. I look for. I know that when I want. Where's what's like? Oh, we're nice. Shaved. Cleaning. How much? So I. But it was sorry. Reached out to us. It is close. So it all works out.
Sounds like a good deal.
Yeah, I'll see you guys.
Yes, sir.
If the kind of, if the body to out.
Wait, did you do it?
What defeated us, they changes the house. That's quite a one best for the asking. I mean, I told you it's bad. It's not people, but you think it's not water. Yeah, it's so it's like that really. So the fright of the angle.
Yeah.
Your body process. There's a less big. It's
Every time I go get like choosing things, also medicine, all my waters and it's done. It's summertime, so they know for the whole thing. I'm like, it's gonna be water.
You want to jump?
Yeah. It's not the same.
No.
It's never gonna be the same. Again, I'm cheating. I need to get work.
Yeah, you can't reach.
Oh, help me done.
Yeah, that's what my cousin was.
At least, so let me go for a little bit, and then we'll have a couple drinks.
Yeah.
Especially the client.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so good. Yeah.
I don't see what you said.
I haven't met it yet. He has like his birthday and stuff, it's still like, yeah.
It's showing up.
It's like. I haven't seen it yet. I feel like open down, but stuff is so bad. And how instead of you. Which I'm not even how good either. Who cares? Second.
Nothing too weird. Docket been going?
I've got. It's expensive.
But you know how to do it.
It's not, but you have. Yeah. I'm saying, they don't, I said it all. We have a problem, we have.
Nah.
We gotta stand up.
So. We're trying to figure out the location. Why?
High school party, it's not like a board thing. Okay, so high school. Now, I mean, I don't know if I went for that. I don't think I'm not supposed to bring it to. I think I I'm almost down. I'm in my house as well. So what are we doing here? Yeah, I didn't have the part of it, right? Babies, some babies, those are doors. Because your door. I'm a little bit dirty. A little bit. Hey, but they said these are my dad was this phone.
Nice, just a reset. Make some Kelly's some good.
I bet you doing some ice cold water.
That's part of my time. They still have some things out, but you know, we're.
I love that. I love that experience. I don't use all work, but I never use scales.
I was shocked. I was, yeah.
I immediately went to the internet and, because I thought I was gonna have to talk to stuff. And she had this specific. But found over the counter to she had the prices right. Boxes.
Yeah. They do that, and I watched a whole diet for
They also sometimes use like the jerk. So
I just looked at it. Yeah, it's crazy how genetics work.
So.
that's a good possibility.
Is this your house?
You feel like I've lived there.
I mean, yeah.
Hey, watch out for the B-man. That's like my daughter, Jane. Thiessen is trying to dress you, but no. No, I'm not trying. I've adopted.
He likes that, but
I'm not, I can't do the 80s. You are getting, hey, you are getting heavier than that. It's the stress of the job. It's kind of heavy. He's kind of 50-year-old guy, dad bod, a good day over 60. Thank you. Do the pinstripe. Yeah, do the pinstripe. Try it sometime. Try it. I bet you could. I bet you could. Yeah, I can see it. I can see Charlie Sheen in that on Wall Street. I saw that in 1989. God, I don't even think I was alive back then. Yes, you were. You were in your heyday back then.
In this prime.
Oh, I was hitting fifth gear. Not to throw an overdrive. He was in court tonight. I approached him up there.
Oh, is he covering?
I asked.
How are you?
So there's no blades today, guys? No blades, this is where the blades.
He's picking the jury, felony trial.
Just trying to get it quick. Approval here. I was able to sit down with Judge Geis yesterday and just a quick introduction, statistics. Let him know that I said, there are a handful of us who want to help you to do your job. That's true. And that we would like to assist you in keeping public safe. Because you have to trust that we too are driving the streets of Harris County and that we have a heart to help people. They think you're the devil. No, they don't. We had a very good conversation at the meeting 2 weeks ago. Well, with a smile, I'm sure. Yes. It's still going, dude. Yeah. I'm gonna have to drive her out. I'm going to judge and get it out. Something like kind of debating whether I kind of want to do it anyway. Something that was said. Border. You want to share? It's really bad, dude. Not right now. Well, somebody gave me a preview of what I might hear. It's funny because I almost laughed when I did hear it, which was that we're working on these and we're, they said, yeah, it's going to be like, we're a work in progress. Yeah. Okay. I think that they are a little bit overwhelmed right now, I'm sure. Yeah, they have 3 people doing it, but I've seen this. But I feel like my vibe when I was leaving, at least my vibe. You have a good vibe. Okay. I don't do more here. Yeah, I'm not that. No, but just a jovial. Nice Irish side. As Murphy and I would say, we have the happy heart. You have to have a happy heart. I would not know. I've heard it. Really? I have those fights. Remember that device might be. To the home watch it. But anyway, I am optimistic that, yeah. Look, here's what I'm going to say. Here's what I will say. If I think of an analogy, I don't use that one. Let's just say there are many of us swimming up and trying to pierce the veil, trying to get in to have an understanding. And if one of us can, and if we do this right, you think there is an understanding? They don't have an You have to do this. Well, literally 30 to 50 days a day, so at least a year to know what you're doing. So yes, which they're not even doing 30 to 50 a day. Guess what I'm still working on, Dave? Guess what one of the cases I was approaching back, there's one, Kyle Denny. The one that you sent the email. I told them they weren't gonna do it. Well, she hadn't said no. She has not said no.
Garcia.
And she wants to see his certificates and all that, which is to me I could have gotten an easy no. But I didn't. She wants to know, she wants to see. I have her.
How'd it go?
You can share with me what Alex said, what your experience is, and not my degree. But as you know, right about this.
It worked. Hey, dude. What's up?
No, but.
I'm sure there's a lot. Jim has something to talk. Just say yes, PTI yes, first offense, under 1.5, say yes, it'll be on hold. That would help us through your provocation. Why? I'm still irritated about the situation. And she wasn't. I really have to set up this for trial today because I'm the trial and keeps getting. Okay, the guy has a prior duty job for 13 years. Huh?
It's like.
I don't know. But it's 30 years. This is the one you're talking about. This is different. How old are you? See, this is 7 years prior to you. Yes. Apparently that's too close to years old for them to consider, not consider it. See, I told him, basically what that means is everything you've done in your life, even 7 years before that, are more important. Like what's happening today, I'm going to die. So
That's why I said,
I want a time served and probation officer, he's an offer that I can offer him, and he has to make a decision when he wants to go trial. He will live on a 38-year-old here. Let me just look at it.
Yeah, you're right. And the,
Didn't meet all over the park. By the way, I'll let you know what they prefer.
Really?
Yeah, right? They changed it in 92. I don't know, it wasn't born until 93. I just noticed that I looked at some videos that I have.
not if it was up.
You don't have to know criminal history, it's fetish. The best. When I used to over here. Kind of a student of the out of state stuff. Yeah. Someone has to be. So I've got an interesting one right now. I have a Maryland driver's license. We can't find any record of anything called in Maryland. We've used the Texas ID number to put aside. Can't get anything from DPS, can't get anything from Maryland. On what? So I got a guy that's got, was on PTI, got another DWI, then he picked up a slew of felonies. All the felonies are being resolved for funds 3-year deferred. And so now I'm like, okay, the ones that don't have a DWI, and we need a DWI. And so their natural inclination would be take the easier route, just do a little time served. They're offering time served, boom, out here. And I'm like, okay, that's going to trigger a suspension. It's going to trigger a suspension. And, if he's driving out there, he's going to have to get an off-the-bed license, which is kind of pushing him because he really doesn't have, he doesn't want to do it. And if he gets popped for that, he's on 3 years for upstairs. He gets, so that's not going to be it. So I was like, he's already probation. I don't just do probation on every crime. And then that kind of makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. But then I got to thinking about it. When he was on PTI, he did have to do the DWI education class. Yeah. Which if you look at that crazy up statute, if it's ordered as a condition of probation, he can't take it twice. So he goes to fulfill that requirement of probation, he can't take it, therefore it's a violation, he gets his license suspended. So we're right at square one. Yeah. So what did I do? I went to the prosecutor.
Sorry, I've been all.
I don't order
Sorry.
DWI.
I had to save my
got order.
business for the TV.
He's got it. DWI. And I'm like, yeah, but you're not going to make a good argument. Yeah.
I'm trying to avoid a driver's license. And he's thinking about public safety, he's like, I'm not gonna let it be time.
What's up?
I'm just waiting, so that's, yeah. 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 Good, well, there you are. Right. Let's get you cigarette. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got any problem? Yeah, I got one that I'm really nervous about.
Are you,
Oh, yeah.
Cincinnati, Ohio, and Logan? I need a coat thanks. Yeah, thanks.
You got money?
They do it here, but I gotta go to other coats. I'll get going. I'm doing it. I won't go out there. I might do it, I'm going to say that, then I would pay for the full hours.
I want to share something. I'm listening to her saying that is talking to her. Really, that's what you want. Yes, she was. Just the other.
I'm gonna talk to him.
Send them an application.
Because that was a really good state.
So there's listening to her, she's arguing about the case. Defense attorneys. My judge, they don't have any more. They're not going to be able to get this up. You know what she says? Well, he can probably do it. I'm just saying. Did you not learn the lesson from the?
You cannot have your testify.
The skill question is what I like. So I've never used that. It was a skill question about if there was, it's kind of that version of it, there's 10 people and you know one of them is absolutely not guilty or something like that. Did you?
Yeah.
What would you do? You remember what that?
No, I think it was like enforced to put it in a hospital and then
Yes, I think that's what it was. Yeah.
That's like
Agreed, strongly
authoritative
agreed.
versus like, yeah.
Yeah, and that was like a strongly agreed, yeah, I need to see that slide.
Okay, I'll let you know. Thank
I
you.
thought that was helpful.
Yeah. I feel like it's good.
I was just wondering running out of time.
I still like the flash text sometimes and I'm like, well, I think my motion to suppress is or my motions to suppress because it was several that I argued all of the time. And I think that was okay. That's just like a trial and like. Yeah.
Okay, thanks for being patient. Sorry. Okay, are you ready? Hi, Sarah.
He's back after his test.
What's it again?
Joe Torres, it's off docket.
Okay. Roxanne,
Yes, sir. There was something out of the THC. All right, how is.
what was your call number again, Sarah?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll pull it up. I'm sorry. This is on my phones.
Have the cause number handy, Roxanne?
Okay.
509942.
Yes, 38-year-old. I served as an officer.
So I'm gonna give him another couple weeks. I hope he's not using, let him
No,
know.
he's not. My understanding is that he's been sober for like a little over a month, but he was a chronic user before, and so it's still just the remaining. Well, we've applied for PTI mitigation, like we've applied for the PTI, it's just we've not heard back.
Okay. I'm gonna set it for another couple weeks, like 3 weeks, if he tests positive.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. All right, so around the 50th, 55th day, we'll reset it to.
Can you like ask for an amount or like a specific, like the percentage or, I mean, I don't know.
No, he's just not he's supposed to be clean.
I understand that, but based on the information that I have, was like he was a chronic user for years and he's recently stopped. So my concern is that like it's not long enough to get it
So
all out of the
let's see what
system.
send it to the lab now so we can get levels. And then we'll see the next time and see what the levels are.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
All right, sir. Have fun. Hi, Eric.
Excuse me. Good morning, Judge.
I have Guevara.
First name Edelman.
Okay.
She paid the DA fee this morning. She is getting the portable device today.
Okay.
So today's Thursday. I don't want to do Friday. That's
Monday. Okay, sure. Okay, hi, Mr. Cohen.
Hello, how you doing, sir?
Good morning.
How you doing? I'm here on Mr. Jesse Espinoza. We're gonna do a PTI on him. We just got the restitution form today.
Oh, so old. Has everything been turned in? State on Espinoza?
Take a look on Espinoza here.
So the PTI contract was sent, and the restitution invoice was sent over, but as defense said, it was today that it was done.
That you got it? That you sent it, I guess?
Yes, Your Honor. the
Okay.
contract.
How much is the restitution amount? And then do you guys want it all up front or can you pay as you go? Hey, Blaze, with restitution on a DWI PTI, is it all up front or is it installments?
No, it's not.
What's
It has to be paid by the termination of the contract. I'm well aware of that.
Okay, great. All right, we'll send you off a week for you to get everything done. Okay? The case is 250 days old.
I got you.
So let them know they've got a week to get everything done.
No problem. I'm sure.
Okay? Got it.
Have a good day.
You too. Take care.
I see.
You too. Okay, hi. Hi.
I have Mr. Martinez Naranjo on docket.
In custody or on bond?
On the month.
Okay.
We just got a new offer for time served. I have the videos. I have 911.
More time?
Yes, Judge, I have to provide proof of his, the DDS 214, because he's a veteran. But ineligible for veteran court.
Is he on deferred?
He's not on deferred.
There was a deferred, but I guess maybe it's terminated. Okay. So you're at 176 days. You want a week or two?
Yes, Judge.
That, he's got to be here. So
Yes, Judge. Yes, Judge. And so we're hoping that he'll take the offer by the next time he comes in to provide that proof. All right, thank you. May I be excused? Thank you.
Hi, sir. Hey, what's new? It's Friday Eve, man.
Yeah, gotta plead.
Come to me, Serenity. Okay. Oh, you do? Okay.
Bianca Lopez, she's in custody,
Guys, do you mind? Bianca Lopez, please. Oh, okay, yeah. And then you want to sign now, we can get you to sign.
He already signed.
He did? Got it. Okay. Laura, you want to talk to me?
Yes, I have a plea on Mr. Addison.
Okay, I guess you want to bring them both? Addison and Lopez. Oh, wait, one's a lady though. Can they do that?
They come out here together.
Nathan, you want to talk?
Sure.
We're waiting on people. Well,
Is this Ms. Gooch's client?
no.
Is she Madison?
No, Miss Lopez, man.
She was shooting.
Come on, Trey.
So the last page is going to be a breakdown print on the board.
This one will take longer. This one will take longer.
Did we do a TRAS on this? What did the TRAS say?
As far as Lopez.
Lopez. Page 44.
Thank you.
We did do a TRAS. I mean, it doesn't even matter though, really, because she's got the delivery case upstairs. So anything that we wanted to do, it's.
You gonna get the comfort. Hold on, I'll tell you.
It said, the recommendation was through a,
Hopefully they address it upstairs. We just can't because of the open case. Ma'am, you were charged with prostitution. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine.
Comfort.
You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 51 days in jail with credit for the 17 days that you have done. You need to understand that this is going on your record and it's going to be there for the rest of your life. You need to understand that if you continue to pick these up, at some point they can hit you with a felony and you're looking at years instead of days. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal once you accept this agreement. There's no changing this. Is this what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the office, ma'am?
Guilty.
The fine you go to him and follow the agreement. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Ron.
No, I just want to discuss it robustly. Robustly, we're going to have a robust discussion. What? Yeah.
Why does this keep happening? Over and over and over. Why does this keep happening? How many cases did you have last year, Mr. Addison?
I have quite a few, sir.
Now, you pled on the 17th of December, and not 3 weeks later, you have now another criminal trespass. How do we stop this from happening?
You gonna need to leave Texas?
No, we don't want you to leave Texas, but we want this to stop happening. Why would I keep doing this?
Officers don't like me out there, man. They be harassing me. They beat me up. They assaulted me. They put me in the hospital. They tried to kill me.
So why go back?
What do you mean?
Why go back to the same location over and over if you know that they're gonna beat you up?
I'm in the state of Texas, not just this area. The state of Texas, the laws don't like me. The police don't like me, sir.
That's baloney because you're a likable guy. We all like you, Mr. Addison. You seem like a stand-up guy, you're nice, but you keep going back. Why would I keep doing this? You know, we hit you with the time served, we let you out, 2 weeks later you pick up a new case. And it's been like that for the last damn year. Where's your family? Who do you have in your life?
I don't have nobody in my life, sir. All my family is dead. My twin just died not too long ago.
You got no kids?
But they grown here, but I can't find them.
Why not?
Because their mother hid them from me.
You ever tried to find them?
Yes,
How?
through the internet. Through the internet, sir.
I don't know, Lori. We're doing the same shots over and over and over. And last year, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cases just last year. You pled at the end of December. January, you've got a new case. We let you out. You took off on us 2 more times. And the only reason we have you now is because you picked up an interference. And now we're doing the same thing over. I'm not going to do this. I'm done, Mr. Addison. I'm not going to continue to do this. Plead you to the time served in hopes that you're going to go out there and not do it. No, it's not going to happen. We need to figure something else out. Thank you. That's very sweet. But I'm not going to do this. We need to do what I'm going to do now, what's called a TRAS, to see how we go forward. Because I don't know enough about you and what's going on in your life to figure out how we go forward so you stop picking up criminal cases. I told you that many moons ago that I'm going to stop doing this. And now is the time. I'm not doing it, Mr. Addison. We will set this case for a TRAS. I'm going to try to expedite to get it done as fast as we can. I'm done. What I'd like to do, and the hope is that somehow you, me, and Lori can figure out what kind of family you have in the United States so that we can get you somewhere where you stop getting in trouble. But it's not working what we're doing. And I'm not going to continue to, this is not a revolving door. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, yes, sir.
That's what we're going to do. So Lori, I'm sorry, but let's set it for a TRAS and we'll come back next week. Do you mind expediting it? I mean, it's obviously some Friday is just too soon, but perhaps maybe Monday we can get the TRAS done. Yeah. Thanks. All right. Mr. Beadle.
I've got 2 matters that I need to address the court with. One is not on docket today. It's Emma Lynch. She's still waiting. She's not in Hue yet. Like, I'm wondering if you could maybe make a call to the appropriate entity and say there was some sort of issue going on with the bond situation that kind of.
Let me do this. Toria's not here today.
I know.
Is she gonna be back tomorrow? Do you know? Is Toria back tomorrow?
But I did bring it up with this young lady. I'm sorry.
I know, but let me,
She's great. She's great. So she's aware.
I get it. Let me wait.
Saying that she's gonna be here unless she wants it, Joe.
Okay, great. Can we talk about it tomorrow?
Sure, I'll come by tomorrow.
And we'll see what we can do to try to expedite it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
The other one is on the docket today, and I think the chief is aware of it. It's Bill Jones. He's on the docket today. His appearance was waived.
Oh, okay.
He, yeah, he's great. He went into inpatient and he's out now, and I talked to him yesterday. He sounds amazing.
You have a device?
Yes, he still has the leg bracelet, et cetera. He's doing great.
All right.
So we're at the point now because we applied for PTI on him because he had a 38-year-old DWI, and they apparently think that that's close enough in time, even though he's been to inpatient treatment, et cetera, to not give it to him.
Telling you that I've seen more denials now.
I know. I am well aware. I get told that everywhere I go. So we're at the point where I have asked the state for a time served offer as well as, but Judge, it's a 38-year-old. Okay. And a probation offer. But the reality is that we're probably going to try this case, but I would like all the offers on the table that I can go over everything with him, go over the videos with him, and him make an educated decision on what he wants to do exactly.
Offer whatever you want to offer. It doesn't matter to me what you're going to offer.
I honestly don't think a time serves in a pro because he's done inpatient. Probation's not going to give him more tools that he doesn't already have.
I disagree with you. I think it does. It will, because it keeps them under the nose. He knows that he has someone watching over him at all times, so he can't just, go out there and do whatever he wants to do.
But the next thing is a felony anyway if he does it.
Do we want him to graduate to a felony?
I don't think he's going to be back. We've got a 38-year gap between arrests. 38 years from now, the man will be 104 probably. Do you know what I mean? I just don't see him coming back based upon his experience this time. He's at a completely different stage now, which I'm happy to say.
Time heals all wounds.
So all I'm asking for is a pretrial motion setting rather than set it for trial so that the chief and I can discuss.
Are we definitely going to set it?
I need to know what the offers are on the table for us to really go over it with him.
I'll do what you will.
Yeah, it's also, I'll look at it.
You guys know me. We've been friends long enough.
Dude, I just want to make sure you're aware the case is getting a little long.
It is, it's 177. So
We are
we'll give
getting-
you, I don't know, you want 2-3 weeks and then
That'll
come
be,
back and let us know.
that'll be. Thank you,
Okay.
Judge.
Hunter.
Hey, Judge, Karen Perkins. So I got an email yesterday. Apparently, she never had the application sent in. I've sent the mitigation, but they didn't have the application. That's been sent in today. I had her fill it out, send it in. So there we are. I don't know if we want to go ahead and preemptively set the TRAS.
No.
Okay.
Because we're seeing more denials than ever. Is there an accident in this case?
There is.
How high is the test?
0.153 to 0.157.
Okay, major or minor?
Major crash.
I don't know. I wouldn't. So let's set it a
He's
week.
young with no criminal history, so.
None of that. It's, I think the circumstances now are what ride, I don't know. So, let's set it off a week, see what they can get it done in a week and we'll come back.
It should be done at this point, finally, Judge. It's like one of those cases that's just snake bit.
Hunter, if there's no decision in a week, I'll waive.
Okay.
But if there's a decision, then she needs to be here and then we'll send her for TRAS if yes, if no, then
Because I was gonna have her not come today, but I needed her to fill out the app, so.
set if it didn't get.
Yeah. Thank you, Judge.
So what leave?
Craig.
Y'all read the procedure, Judge?
Mr. Stewart. You good?
I'm waiting on fate, Your Honor. Sorry.
He wants you to see his back where the police bruised him up and beat him up.
Why do you keep going back? You
Says that
that you're gonna get a beat. You know when you go, it's not gonna end well, but yet you're going. It's like the forbidden apple, I guess, right? I'm not gonna,
I understand. I just had to relay the message.
yeah, tell him that more so, why do you go back?
Okay.
I'm still doing it to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm enough's enough. Really, it's just.
Just went or royalty? What about? Oh, he talked to counsel outside. I told him to send him back. Garcia? No, he was great. His felony set for 519.
Yeah, you don't have to ask, just count.
Let me go ahead and go out.
Okay. Sean, Docket?
No, she wasn't on Docket on Monday, but she wasn't physically up here, but they did bring her up. I'm not sure what happened.
What's the cost number?
It is 256
Talk to the clerk to put the motion.
2087.
Hey.
I don't remember talking about her. She's on bond for a murder case? She picked up an assault?
Yes.
Wow.
So the issue with that is that the magistrate.
Tell me they gave her a PR. Tell me that she got a PR bond.
Got a, correct?
Yeah.
And, there's an interference with the curfew time. I was wondering. Yeah.
Hold on a second, hold on a second.
The 20th? Got it. Is he good to go back?
Hey, we have a problem. Can I give you a cost number?
Yes, I have some mistake for that. What is it?
256 2087. She's on bond for murder, picks up an assault, makes a surety bond, and they give her a 30-day reset.
I see the bond paperwork says 502.
Look at the next setting. Next setting says 529.
That must be like a clerical error, like in when they take the bonds.
Can we fix it right now so that,
Yes.
Trey, can you please, because I want her here tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
And then we'll address conditions tomorrow. Yeah.
All right, Judge, we have an arraignment that showed up while you were,
Okay.
page 15. Haran, come on up. It's an arraignment, we need PC.
Yeah.
For Haran, Herron.
Thank you, Mr. Torrey.
Good morning, is it Haran?
Aaron.
Heron? Ms. Heron, you're charged with interference with the duties of a public servant. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge. This one was a 2B. On September 28th, 2024, a law enforcement officer was dispatched to a family disturbance at a residence in Harris County, Texas. The caller reported she observed the couple arguing in a truck, children crying, and heard a loud bang as if someone got struck in the head. The law enforcement officer observed the truck with one functioning headlight, matching the description that was given him regarding the truck. The law enforcement officer observed a juvenile outside of the truck with red puffy eyes. The law enforcement officer made contact with defendant 1, Ms. Heron, and defendant 2. The defendant stated there was no altercation or arguments that occurred and that the law enforcement officer was talking to the wrong people and that they were okay. The law enforcement observed an odor of marijuana. The defendant's vehicle was sitting outside of a random residence at night, and the defendant stated the vehicle belonged to a friend.
Which defendant? Who?
I just said the defendant said the vehicle belonged to a friend, and then there's defendant 1, which is referring to Ms. Heron for the next sentence. Ms. Heron refused to ID herself and stated she was going inside of the house. The law enforcement officer told defendant 1, Ms. Heron, to stay put until the conclusion of the domestic violence investigation. Defendant 2 exited the vehicle, stated, "No, I am not," when advised, and he was detained and pulled up his pants before getting in a bladed stance. The law enforcement officer grabbed the defendant 2's right wrist. Defendant 2 pulled away. The law enforcement officer grabbed defendant 2's shirt, telling him to stop as they fell to the ground. The defendant 1, Ms. Heron, pulled the law enforcement officer's arm and pushed the law enforcement officer's chest, preventing the law enforcement officer from restraining defendant 2. The law enforcement officer took out an electrical conducted weapon, told defendant 1 to get out of the way, Ms. Heron, and defendant 1 continued to refuse and push law enforcement officer's chest. Ms. Heron ID'd herself with her name and date of birth, which was confirmed with the Texas driver's license.
Ms. Heron, don't. Now's not the time. You know, I've got a bunch of DAs here. Whatever you say, they're going to use it against you. You will have the opportunity to fight your case. Just now's not the time. I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, ma'am?
I don't.
Okay, we can have you fill out an application. I'll take a look to see whether you qualify. I need to know everything about you, how much money you make, what kind of job you have, and then we'll take a look to see whether you qualify. I see that the co-defendant in this case has a valid warrant for his arrest. I think that there's still a warrant open for his arrest. Also on a felony warrant as well. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the co-defendant in this case. Do you understand? If you do, I'm going to put you in jail. No more PR bonds for you. Do you understand? Okay. So Deputy Miranda is going to give you an application. I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset, and then we'll have you take your seat at the jury box while you fill it out. Okay? Please. Can you file? Hey, If you can file no contact with the co-defendant, please.
Yes, sir.
Thanks. Okay. Gilbert, you ready?
Judge,
Hey, what's new, man?
you should have a motion in your queue. It's a motion to substitute on Basilio Garcia. I should be finishing this felony case in about 2 weeks, and then
Are you in trial now?
this case should go away.
In trial now? What are you talking about? I should finish this felony case. Oh, for this guy?
Yes.
Oh,
He's on probation in another court. He's about to take time on it, and I think they're gonna file a motion to dismiss on it upstairs. So it's, thing. But either way, we'll work the case down here.
is he here today?
No. There's a, just saying, we're bringing him in 2 days after he pleads. Next time we're in felony court.
Yeah, it's not an old case. I'll sign it and whatever you want. Do you want the same day as a felony?
No, 2 days later is fine, so that way we can find out where we're at.
Problem. Whatever you need.
Thank you, Judge. Good seeing you. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Thank you.
So do you mind, can you put it?
Yeah.
Got it? Okay.
It was just a motion to substitute, right, Judge?
Yeah. Oh, what happened with your thing? Are you done?
Resolved.
It did fled? Are you happy with it?
Yes. I want to go, but.
Hmm.
Do it right.
Are we done?
You just got
Yeah, but it's an empty courtroom.
No, but I can reset. We're very, I'm about to lower. Shows the house.
It's so hot in here. What the hell, man?
It's hot here.
All right, waive to parents. All right, Judge, you ready?
Give me 1 second. Wow, that's pretty awesome. Okay. You ready?
Page 4, Elion was removed from the program, fell to Philip. Counsel's order.
5,002. I have to do a bail order.
What's up? No. I was the opposite law. I was high stress.
I see look at it.
This one we do. Yeah, he is. Well, yeah. Yeah, he knows his name.
Yes, he's a success. I never get no idea.
Okay, Vic, who's next?
Next is page 11, Reach. You sent something at drug tested yesterday. The
Who?
results were negative.
Say it again?
Page 11. Three.
Okay.
He doesn't have an attorney. Because his arraignment was yesterday, so.
Is he here?
Yes.
Okay, we can appoint him a lawyer.
Let me just make sure that thing.
Good morning.
Hey, how are you, Marty?
Last name? So,
All right, Judge, next is page 21, 22. Harry or Marie,
Yeah,
counsel says the defendant has been MIA.
okay. It's in 1003.
Are you gonna do it PO?
Yeah. Is that three FTAs or two? I think it's only two.
We have two bonds posted on one case.
Oh, he's got two cases?
Well, yes, two cases.
Okay, it is three. I didn't realize it.
Today, yeah, today makes
Yeah.
three.
No.
Hey, I have a judges meeting starting soon, so I need today.
Okay,
So I'll just leave and you can just reset whenever.
we don't have that many. Next, are you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Next is page 27, Salazar, death and arraignment, those here first time.
2501.
Page 30, Smith. Smith was on docket yesterday. We rolled him for today because he didn't show up and.
Really?
he didn't show up.
Okay, so how many total is that for Mr. Smith? Hmm?
Thank you so much.
That's at least three, or if not four. Know that there was another besides yesterday that the two didn't show up.
Yes, but.
So 10,003 on each. Okay, who's next? I'm never letting this one go. I'm not.
Page 34, Webster, federal arraignment to appear, rebond.
God, I was hoping he'd do well. You know, we thought he was in school and what happened? Okay, Webster, 10,003. Bless you.
Yep. All right.
Anyone else?
No, Judge, we're just waiting on the last financial application.
Okay, it's a little late. So if you want to like do maybe a week and then we can point her when they come back, you know,
Okay.
if she wants.
Oh, and Eldridge is in the back, Rain's waiting on me, attorney.
Oh, okay.